Hey there, happy coders, and welcome to a special Thanksgiving edition of these code along videos. Normally what I do is just kind of hang out for an hour and code something. It's usually something a little different every time, and I guess in that sense this will be no different. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. Um, so today I'm going to do something that's kind of Thanksgiving themed, maybe with a little twist. And it's kind of an old take on something I did kind of a long time ago now. So it's this project called 46 Million Turkeys. And I really love, there's a lot I love about this project. So the idea is that there's just a fact that Americans eat around 46 million turkeys every Thanksgiving. I think that number kind of goes up and down every year, but it's around 46 million. And that's a hard number to think about. So instead of thinking about that number, it encourages you to think about one turkey. And you create some art around one turkey, and then you send it in to this project. And they have a collection of different kind of submissions that people have sent in. So the idea is that it's hard to feel like empathy for a big number like 46 million. It's a lot easier to feel empathy if you're thinking about an individual or a single turkey in this case. So I don't know. We can kind of look at some of the old submissions that other people have sent in, and they range from like really talented artists that are like making things that I could never dream of creating to like kids creating stuff that's really cute and fun. And that's one of the things I love about this project is I like any art that sort of encourages interaction, and I especially love it if it encourages interaction no matter what your skill level is or what your age is or like where you're coming from. So that's one of the reasons I like it. It also kind of, I don't know, there's an element where it's telling a story, or it's, I don't know, I don't want to say it's sending a message because I don't want to get too preachy with it, but I think it's a good thing to encourage anyone, no matter what your views on whatever are, to think more carefully about, in this case, what you're eating and empathy and all that stuff. But I won't spend too much time talking about that stuff. Well, maybe I will later. But for now, I'm going to say that my idea is to make something for this project. So I actually already did this 8 years ago. Back in 2013, I originally learned about this project, and back then I was learning a library called libgdx, which I actually have tutorials for up on happycoding.io. It's a libgdx section, which is basically a game development framework for Android, and you can deploy to other things like desktop and to the web and to iOS. But the way I used it was for Android. So back in the day, back in like 2013 or so, I used this 46 million turkeys project as kind of an excuse to make a project in libgdx. And so I ended up creating, so first of all, I drew a little turkey with all my beautiful pixel art skills. Windows image viewer is not going to be my friend with something so tiny, but here it is. I'm not an artist. I'm not a pixel artist, for sure, but hopefully you can kind of squint and you see a turkey. And so I started by creating this little pixel art, and then what I did was I used libgdx to fill the screen with these little turkeys, and I added some like random coloring to it as well. So I was actually really proud of this this moment in my life where there was this gallery of this project, 46 million turkeys, where a bunch of different people's turkeys were on display. And in the corner of the room, there was a laptop that was showing my dumb little libgdx Java project. So it's kind of blurry, but you can get a preview for what I'm going to do today, because you can see that the screen is kind of filling with these randomly colored turkeys. And there was a little like paper over here that said like, come to my website. So I don't know, I really loved this moment, and I can maybe proudly say that I am officially a real artist based on just this thing, but So it was just this cool moment for me that happened back in 2013. So tonight, what I'm going to do is basically recreate this project, but not in libgdx. I'm going to do it in p5. Few reasons for that. One, I just kind of like p5. It's just kind of easy and fun, and the libgdx project kind of, I don't know, atrophied over the years, and like it was an Android app. It was a live wallpaper, so you could like install it on your phone, and your wallpaper would be this like animation of turkeys filling the screen. But Google Play is, I'm going to skip over the words I have for it, but it just kind of stopped working after a while, even though it had worked and would have worked, but whatever. Android apps just kind of decay after a while. I think most modern apps do. So I'm not going to bother trying to deploy it as an Android app again. I'm just going to make it for the web and have some fun with it. Okay, so it's kind of a long preamble. So maybe what I'll do is like put some timestamps in the bottom, because this is going to be a long one, I think. Normally what I do for these examples is I kind of limit myself to like a specific topic or a specific like limit of what I'm using, like which concepts I'm using, because then I put the video and the example I create in a particular section. So like I'd limit myself to only calling functions and not doing anything else, and I'd put it here. Or like I'd limit myself to only using arrays and I put it here. But that kind of limits me, which can be fun and can be interesting, and I think is a useful artifact to have, is these examples that only use like one particular thing. But tonight I think I'm gonna kind of give myself more freedom, so I'm not going to limit myself to really anything, and I'm just going to see what happens, see where it takes me. All right, so enough rambling. Let's just dive in. So what I'm going to do to start is go to the p5 editor, editor.p5.js.org, and this gives me my code environment where on the left I have my code, and I can hit this run button and I see my output here. So right now it's just a gray canvas, which is, just the default. And so what I will do to start with is I think I'll start by uploading my turkey image, and I can upload a file, and I can select my turkey. And it's really hilarious. The turkey is so tiny that like this is supposed to be a preview, and the turkey's just like kind of hanging out there in the corner. That's cute. Whatever. And then I'm going to load my image. So I think I'm going to try to do this by memory, but I probably will have to look this up in the reference. So I think I need a preload function, and I need like an image variable, and I'll say image equals load image and turkey.png. And just to get started, what I'll do is maybe draw that image in the center. So what I expect to see when I run is a tiny little turkey hanging out in the middle of the screen. And I think I do see that. Now I'm a little worried that the turkey has a background color. I can kind of see that it's white, and I don't want it to be white, but let me maybe change the background color to darker just to kind of make that more obvious. And yeah, you can see that there's kind of a square outline around the turkey. And this is maybe something I should have done before the video, because this is kind of just prep and not really coding, but whatever, prep is coding in a way. This is kind of necessary. So what I'm going to do is edit my turkey file in a program. Using it in Paint won't work, so I need something a little bit more advanced, because I need to be able to like draw transparency. So what I need to do is open it with, oh my goodness, this menu is wild. Open with this application. So this is just a photo image editing piece of software. You can use pretty much anything you want. You could probably find an online editor. Honestly, that's probably what I should have done. But there's my cute little baby turkey. And I can maybe zoom in just to show it in all its glory. And now what do I want to do? I want to make a transparency layer. So add an alpha channel, and then I want to select the white pixels and delete them. Yep. All right, cool. And then I can overwrite that. And so now, hopefully, that is a transparent background instead of a white background. And I don't need to save the project, and I can close that out. So now what do I want to do? I want to upload it again, but maybe let me delete it first because I don't know how it'll work if I upload something with the same name. So let me upload it here. Yeah, and let's run it again. And there you go. Now you can see that my turkey has a transparent background. This black background means that you can't see its little legs. So there you can kind of see it. It's in there somewhere. Cool. So what do I want to do next? So what I might want to end up doing is, so I want to fill the screen with these turkeys. So I know I'm going to want to get rid of background or maybe move my background. So maybe I'll say background and I'll start it out at just a kind of a random color. I could just do a straight up random color. Let's just do that. Yeah, why not? And then I'm still going to draw my image in the center, whatever. Now I just have a random color. It doesn't really matter, but just to kind of test some stuff out, I'm going to maybe draw this where the mouse is so that I can kind of move it around. And okay, cool, whatever. I think by default the image is drawn sort of from the upper left corner. So I think I'm going to change that. This doesn't really matter, but it's kind of a pedantic thing that I'm going to look at. So I want to go to the p5 reference because I don't remember this function. And I think it's like image mode. Yeah, image mode is just like a rectangle, I think. Yeah, so image mode by default I think is corner. And I think I want image mode center. It doesn't really matter, but it's just it's a minor annoying thing that I kind of want my turkeys to draw like from the center of wherever I specified. I don't want to specify like the upper left corner of my turkey because I just don't, I don't know. So now, oh, what's this? Oh, wait, I think maybe this is because it's in preload. I need to move this to setup, that's my guess. So preload's kind of picky. You can only load files there. You can't really run other code because setup has not run yet, so your canvas doesn't even exist. All right, so now I've got my turkey and it's drawing sort of from the center of the mouse, which again doesn't really matter, but this is my code. I'm the boss. So this works and this is nice, this is cool, but what I want to do is not draw it at the mouse. I want to draw it randomly, so I'm going to say random width and random height. So now what I expect is for my screen to fill up with my random turkeys, and they do. Yay. So I could kind of just sit here and relax for a minute and watch my turkey screen fill up. So from here, it's a bunch of artistic or creative decisions or questions. So this gets me pretty far. This is kind of cool. It's in a way, like, I don't say it's telling a story because it sounds kind of grandiose, but like when I look at this, I kind of think about, the number of turkeys and how does that compare to 46 million? And, it looks like a lot, but it's actually nowhere near 46 million. So, I like it as it is, but there are a few things that I could play with. So like right now, all of the turkeys are the same size. Maybe I resize them. Maybe they're different sizes throughout. They're also all the same color, which might be interesting, but I kind of like the idea of random colors. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I love random colors. So I might play with that as well. I also kind of like the idea of adding just a little bit of interactivity. So like maybe I don't know, maybe I list the number somewhere, or maybe I like have a checkbox that lets you switch back and forth between random or not. But so these are all ideas I can explore, and I probably will explore based on time. So what do I want to do next? I think let's play with the size. So this might become a little interesting. I don't know how to do some of this stuff ahead of time. So I know I can resize the image itself, but I don't think I want to do that because it's going to get super blurry over time. So what I could do is say image.resize and then give it a new width and height. So maybe I'll just calculate a new width and height ahead of time and say like float. I'm thinking in Java terms. It's funny. Const new size or whatever equals, and then give it a random number between something like, right now it's 16 pixels. So I'll maybe use that as the minimum and give it a maximum of, I don't know, 100. We can play with this, but I want to say new size, new size. So I'm going to keep it a square, but I'm going to give it a random size. And I don't think this will work, but I think it'll lead to some side effects. But let's just see what happens. Oh no, broken. What? Oh, image. Need img here. I should maybe choose a different variable name. Maybe this should be like turkey image or something, but whatever. So there you go, and you can see what I meant. Because I'm like resizing and shrinking and growing and shrinking the image over and over again, it's just going to get blurry. It's just like if I resize an image on my computer and I make it really small and then I make it really big, it'll become blurry. I kind of like what it looks like, but I think that's a different video. I kind of enjoy the weird effect of it. Maybe drawing it always the size of the window might have been a cool project, but it's not today's project. But I don't know, I'm kind of curious just to see what it would look like. This is the fun part and the trap of creative coding, where you kind of just go down these rabbit holes. Let me do it from 0, 0 and width height. So we're resizing it, but we're always drawing it the same size of the window. Again, I'm not going to, this is funny, it's because I did this center thing. So instead of drawing from the upper left corner, we're going to draw from the center. Okay, none of this matters, so if you're coding along, maybe just hang out for a minute, because I'm going to delete all this code. Oh, that's trippy. So there's my turkey just getting blurrier and blurrier. That's kind of fun. I like that a lot, actually. Maybe I'll like decrease this to 32, so only double it, so it slows down. I don't know. It's fun. It's maybe a different project, so I have in my phone just a list of ideas that as they occur to me, I just write it down. So I might add this to that list, but for now, this is not what I want to explore. This is a different project. So let me get rid of some of this stuff. So in this case, it's kind of a problem that it does that. So it could be a cool artifact that I go with, but for this project, it's not what I want. So I don't want my turkeys to get blurrier and blurrier. So what do I want to do? I think maybe I can copy the image first. So can I go to p5 image and look at this? Does this have a copy function or something? Copy. Copies from one image to another, I think maybe. No source image is specified. This uses a source, maybe. Okay. Does it return something? Oh, you have to like copy it into something else. Weird. Let's just try something and see if it works. Let's say like const new image. I might rename that variable in a minute, but I just want to see what works. Image.copy. Can I just do this? Does this work? It's not yelling at me. I don't know if it's going to be smart enough to yell at me though. And then what I'll do is I'll resize the new image and I'll draw the new image. Will this work? All right, for those of you at home, do you want to take bets? I will bet $1 that it won't work. I usually bet against myself. Yeah, okay, good. You owe me $1. Signature not supported. Yeah, it just means that I'm not calling copy right. So what do I want to do? I think I need to create a new image and copy it over to that new image and then resize the new image. Or I guess I can do that in one move. So I think if I use p graphics, or p5.graphics, create graphics, I think maybe this will do it. Yeah, so this actually does exactly what I'm trying to do. It draws like a smaller version and a bigger version, so it's kind of resized. And how to do that? It has pg.graphics, and it's just kind of stretching it. So, oh, another thing I can do, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I think what I'm thinking about doing might work, but instead of that, I think I can do something a little simpler. And that is, instead of trying to create a new image, and instead of trying to actually resize the image, I'm never going to resize the image. And what I'm going to do is use a form of the image function that I actually used earlier when I was playing around with drawing it the full width of the screen, the full size of the screen. I can just do new size here. I think I need 2. Okay, I'll play around with only 1, but I think I need 2. So I've got just my image, and I'm drawing it to a random width and a random height, and I'm drawing it at a random size. I don't actually resize the original image. I just kind of put it at a different size when I stamp it. So I think this will not get blurrier over time. It'll just kind of stamp it. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So it's not getting blurrier. Some of the bigger ones are a little blurrier just because of the image resizing, but I think I can fix that as well. And I do like this. I think I like this a lot more than when they were all the same tiny size. So I might be able to just do no smooth. I think that'll clear up the blurriness of the image, because it's trying to make it like look nicer, but in this case it's like pixel art, it'll just make it blurry. So I think that'll do it. No, it didn't do it. Oh, it's because I keep doing this. It's because I keep writing in preload. It's my BEO. Let's do it this way. So yeah, all right, cool. So now they're kind of crisp, and that background was kind of an unfortunate coincidence, but okay. So now my pixel turkeys are random sizes placed randomly in the screen, and I dig that a whole bunch. I think that's pretty cool. I could pretty happily use this as my final output. I think it's cool enough. I think it ticks a lot of my boxes. It gets pretty close to my end goal. But, I still want to play around with color, and maybe play around with some of the interactive components to it. So let's play with color. I was a little bit, pleased with myself back in 2013 when I came up with the sort of, algorithm is maybe too strong of a word, but like the approach for taking an input image and outputting the same image with just random colors applied to it. I have no idea how to do that in P5. I know how to do it in Java. I don't know how to do it in P5. So what I want to do is take, let me maybe just draw this image to, let me just stare at the turkey image for a minute. So maybe what I want to do is open this again. All right, so if I stare at this, what I want to do is write some code that takes the image and looks at every color in the image and then substitutes in a different color for that color. So you can think of it as like using like the fill tool in Paint or whatever. So I want all of this orange piece to be one random color. I want every brown piece to be a random color. Another thing I could have done is just straight up draw this in P5 using like, the circle function, or maybe the point function. It's doable, but I already have this. So I kind of want to use this, and this is kind of the, I don't know, the meat and potatoes. This is the hard part. This is the challenge. So the way I did it back in 2013, back in Java land, was I wrote a for loop, a nested for loop that iterated over the pixels, and whenever I saw a color, I checked whether I'd seen that color before, and if so, then I used the color that I generated previously. But if I had not seen that color before, then what I would do is come up with a random color and then have a map from old color to new color. So just iterate over the pixels and substitute in the new colors whenever I would see a color that I had picked one for earlier. I'm probably not explaining that very well, but I'm going to need to do something similar in P5 anyway, so we're going to kind of work through it. There might be some other ways to do it, but I don't know, I kind of like that. So I'm going to go with it. So what I want to do is create like a P5 or JavaScript map where the key is what? The key is the original color, and the value is the new random color. Yeah, okay, maybe. I know how to do some of that. I don't know how to do all of that. So I think what I'll do is maybe create a new function and randomize color, or like random, make randomize color, whatever. And actually I'm going to say random color turkey. That's what I'm going to do. And so what I want to do is take the original image, iterate over its pixels, draw new pixels based on those. So I think what I'm going to do is create graphics. So const pg equals create graphics, and the size is going to be 16 by 16, just to be, I don't know, future proof. I'm going to maybe say image.width and image.height. Image.height. Did I seriously just copy 3 characters? Whatever. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to write a for loop that iterates over the pixels in the original image. Okay, so I'm going to do like for let y equals 0, y is less than image.height, y plus plus. Okay, maybe. Then I'm going to do the same thing for let x equals 0, x is less than image.width, x plus plus. And then I'm going to do something. Maybe just to get started, what I'll do is pg.stroke of, so maybe I'll say like const original color, input color equals what? Image.get xy, I think. And then I'm going to say pg.stroke input color. And then I'm going to do pg.point xy. It's kind of a lot of code to write without being able to test it, but the idea is that I'm looping over the pixels in the image, and I'm just drawing them again into PG, and then let me return PG. And this won't randomize them yet, but I just want to check that I'm iterating over the pixels and all that good stuff. So what I want to do is, instead of drawing image, what I'll say is like const new image maybe equals random color turkey, and then I'm going to draw new image. So nothing should change. Okay, something changed. It got a little blurrier. I don't hate that, but I think it's because we need to do pg.nosmooth down here. Ooh, this might not work. I have a vague feeling that this doesn't work. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, PG, I don't think nosmooth works on a P graphics. Oh no, this is gonna be so gross. That's really disappointing. So it's always going to be kind of blurry. Is there a way to do this? Let's think. I mean, I don't hate the blurriness, but I don't love it either. I kind of like the pixelated kind of look. So can I do something goofy? Can I do like rectangle of XY11? I'm really just looking for a way out of getting around no smooth. So pg dot fill input color, and then maybe pg dot no stroke. Okay. Yeah. All right, to try to explain what the heck I just did. The problem is that I don't think no smooth works on graphics like that. I think it works on the overall canvas, and it works when you're drawing an image to the canvas, but I don't think it works on P graphics. And so the problem was that when I was drawing a point, points are kind of blurred. They're anti-aliased, so they're kind of blurry when you draw them, which generally makes the drawing look nicer. But in our case, I don't want blurry dots. I want like pretty square pixels. And so what I did was, instead of calling no smooth, which would have been nice to be able to do, I just drew a tiny little rectangle, because apparently rectangles are not blurred, because they're rectangle, not a point. I think points are kind of little circles, basically. So this seems like it works. And now what I need to do is create an output color. So what is an input color in P5? What does this return me? Is this a class? Is it an object? What do I want to look up? p5.image. And I want to look at the get function, which returns what? Returns, I don't think that's true. If x and y are passed, a single pixel is extracted. Yeah, okay, but what is its type? I think it's a p5.color. Yeah, p5.color. So there's a toString that might work as a key. Can I use this object as a key? Let's just try that. I don't think it's going to work, but let's just try it. And what do I want to do? I want to look up the syntax for a JavaScript map. That's for sure. No, it's just new map. Okay. I feel okay about this. So what do I want? I want to do const color map equals new map. And what is it? Just set. Okay. Just set and get. That's easy enough. So now when I get my input color, I want to say if I've seen this input color already. And so I want to do like color map dot, is there like a contains key or something like that, or like has or something like that? Has, okay. So if color map dot has, hey, oh, that's weird. I'm gonna kill this because it's killing my computer. If it has input color, I don't think this is gonna work, but I don't know. So let's try it. If it has it, then all I want to do is pg.fill of color map.get input color. Yeah. So I'm getting the color from the map. I haven't actually added it yet. And actually, yeah, I'm going to rearrange this now that I'm thinking about it. So I think I'm always going to do this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to reverse this if statement. So I'm going to say if I have not seen this color yet, so if I'm looking through the image and, oh, I got to this first brown one, like clearly I have not seen this brown color before because I haven't seen any colors before. And so what I need to do is create a new color. So const new color equals color, random 255, random 255, random 255. As always, we can have the great debate about whether we do RGB or HSB, but I like RGB, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh my goodness, the screen real estate is terrible. Whatever, maybe I won't worry about it for a second. And then I'm going to say color map dot, is it put in here? Or set? Set, okay. Color map dot set input color to new color. Point the key of input color to the value of new color. And I'm annoyed about this wrapping, but I'll fix that in a second, maybe. And then I can always do this. I am positive this is going to break, but let's see how it breaks. Okay, this is very sus. It didn't break and it didn't do anything. So clearly I'm doing something wrong. Wait. Oh, because I have this line still. So I'm going to say, I'm going to clean this up in a second, but let's just see if it works first of all. Oh, it does not. Again, this might be an interesting artifact. I kind of like the different color, different size dots, but this is not today's project. This is not what I'm going for. So yeah, this is not working, which I'm not surprised by because I'm not sure how the key is hashed, or if it's even hashed in a JavaScript map, but I don't think input color can really be used as a key. I think I need to use something else. So I kind of like the idea of that toString. It's not really what it's designed for, but I think it'll work. And maybe if I squint at this for using P5 with other libraries, maybe that's an excuse for me to be a bad coder. But let's just use that. So input color dot toString. So now my key is going to be the string of the color. So now I'm going to say input color dot toString here as well. So now I'm not using the color itself as the key in the map. I'm using the string representation, which I think will work. Oh, beautiful. Amazing. What? Oh. Wait. What? Object argument is not a valid color. Okay, so I must have done something goofy. So this line is breaking. Oh, input dot get. Oh, this needs to be toString as well. Duh, because that's my new key. And now will it work? Yeah, man. All right, that's cool. I don't love that the background is like visible, but we can fix that. So first of all, let me clean this up. This is super annoying. What do I want to do? I think I want to, maybe I'll take this. I don't necessarily need a different variable here, and maybe I'll just do this. Still not quite right. Oh my goodness. All right, P5, will you tidy this for me in a reasonable way? No, you won't. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I missed a semicolon. How about no? No. Also, I think now I've messed it up, and I don't have missing a parenthesis. Maybe that was it. Now will you tidy it? No, you didn't. So it's gross, but whatever. Let's do it this way. All right. Move some of this around. Sure. Now will you tidy? Oh, you're gonna fight with me. You're gonna fight with me about the vertical white space the entire time. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? This is gross. I'm only doing this for like formatting purposes, but I'm gonna say random color, and I'm going to say return this. That way I can say random color here. So dumb. Return color. So now I've got my random color function, which will give me a random color, and I've got complaints about semicolons and parentheses, but what else is new? And okay, can you be cool? Good enough. Did I break anything? Yep, of course I did. Oh, really annoying. Whatever, we'll just never look at that. Yeah, we're never gonna look down there. Okay, so let's clean some of this up. So in my draw function, I am creating a new image, which calls the random color turkey to create a new image. We'll talk about that in a second. Then I create a new size, and then I draw that new image at a random position with that new size. And now the random color turkey is the interesting bit. And so what do? I create a new graphics, which lets me draw sort of off the canvas just to a different like holding area. You can think of it as like a mini canvas that's not drawn to the screen until you tell it to. But I create that graphics and I create a color map, which is a map from some value to another value. And I iterate over every pixel in the input image, and I get the color that was originally in that image. And then I say, hey, have we seen this color yet? I think maybe what I'll do is I'll say const color key equals input color dot toString, just so I don't have to like keep using it over and over again. And then I'll say like color key. It's a little cleaner, I think. Keep messing up my parentheses. Man, I really do. Okay, so back in my for loop, I use the string representation of the color as my key, and I say, have I seen this key already, or have I not seen this key already? And if I have not seen the key already, then I add to the map a mapping from that key to a random color, which is just random 255, random 255, random 255. Then I say fill my new pixel in my graphics with the color that I would have created from the map. The reason this map comes in handy is because once I see this brown color, let's say up here, I want to remember what color I chose. So let's say I changed this brown to, I don't know, orange, or maybe not orange because that's already a color in here, to purple. I want to remember that brown is now purple. And so when I start iterating over it, when I get to this brown, I want to say, have I seen brown before? If so, what was the color that I used? And so when we go back to the code, we get this if statement. So this if statement evaluates the true if I have not seen the color. So if I have seen the color, then all I do is, well, I skip that step and I just get it from the map without resetting it again. So yeah, that gives us these randomly colored, kind of spooky turkeys, which I'm into. The only other thing I want to do is get rid of that background, because I don't want each turkey to be its own little canvas, or I don't want the sort of user to know that that's true. So what I want to do is like if my current color is transparent, then I just skip the whole thing. So can I get the transparency of a color? I know there's like blue and red. Oh, alpha maybe? So if I say alpha, oh my goodness, it's so slow. If alpha of my input color is 0, then I'm going to continue my loop. So I'm just going to say, you know what, skip this step, skip this loop, don't draw it. I think that might work. It does, okay. Cool. All right, so what do I want to do next? So I've got my turkeys, and they are randomly colored, randomly filling the screen, and that's cool. And this is very close to the previous version of this, the 2013 version of this. If I go back to this, maybe I should have found an old screenshot or something, but you can kind of squint and see that it was just a window that filled with random colored turkeys, which is what's happening over in the canvas, right? So I could play with, I don't know, maybe making this full screen or something, but I think I'll hold off on that for a minute. I think what I want to do next is add just a little bit of interactivity. So I want to maybe have the count and maybe a checkbox. So I'm going to maybe use HTML for that, I think. I could draw it in the window itself, but I think I'm going to use HTML. So what do I want to do? This is my HTML, and so I want to, I don't know, let's try a couple things. So maybe I'm going to add a checkbox, which of course I'm not going to remember how to do in HTML, which is very embarrassing. So I'm going to Google HTML checkbox, and oh, it's just input type, which is right. Now it's coming back to me. Input type equals checkbox, and I think I need to wrap that in a label. So I'm going to say label, and the label will be like random, maybe, and then slash label. Let's just see. All right, so my random checkbox is up at the top. I want it at the bottom, and I think I have to position the canvas with that. So let me maybe make a parent div. So div ID equals, I should call it canvas, I guess, and it's just an empty div. Okay. Oh man, I just noticed, this is really hilarious. Well, it's hilarious to me. Here I am making this like 46 million turkeys project to talk about like empathy and eating meat and all that stuff. And the randomly generated name for this sketch, which is just 2 random words, is Supreme Vegetarian. I didn't do that on purpose. That's P5 reading my mind. That's really funny. Anyway, now I've got a div, and I've got a label and a checkbox and stuff. All right, so nothing will change. All right, cool. Let me go back to sketch, and I think I can now say const canvas equals create canvas, and then I can use that variable canvas dot is parent, and I give it a string. Is this right? Is this right? It is. Okay. So if you don't know that ahead of time, I know it because I've done it before, but if you didn't, you could go to create canvas and read up on what it gives you. And I think in here somewhere it would tell you. So it gives actually, no, never mind. Position the canvas right here. So this will explain in way more detail what I just did. But essentially, in my index.html file, I created a container for my canvas, and then in my JavaScript or my P5 code, I said, hey, put the canvas inside that parent that I created. And that allows me to position my canvas in the HTML page, which lets me put it above this checkbox. Okay. So now I've got my checkbox, and it doesn't do anything. You can check it, but that doesn't change any behavior. So what do I want to do? I want to check whether this thing is checked, and based on whether it's checked, I want to either draw it to a random in a random color or not. So how do I do that? I think it's going to be like some P5 DOM stuff. I know I can do it in pure JavaScript, and I kind of like that way, but maybe just to stick with my P5 world here, maybe I can do like P5, is it select? I never remember. select looks right. Yeah. And then maybe get the value of it or something. So let's just try. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say const. Actually, I can maybe do this ahead of time. Yeah. So maybe I'll say let checkbox up here, and then in setup, I'll say checkbox equals select, and I need to give this thing an ID probably. So let's go back here and say clean this up a little bit. Say ID equals checkbox, I guess, doesn't really matter. Checkbox, and so I'll just select my checkbox, right. And maybe just for funsies, I'll say console.log, and then what? Checkbox dot, I don't know, value, I'm not sure. We're going to try it. So if I run this, what do I get? I get nothing. Cool, love it. I think maybe I need the ID selector here. Yeah, okay, so f, so value is a function, so maybe I need to call that function. It's p5.dom stuff. So on, okay. On, wait, what? On. I'd expect that to be off, if anything. Let me check it. It's still on, all right, so maybe that's not what I think it is. p5.element, all right, what's this? Maybe I'll look at this. So I got parent, mouse press, blah, blah, blah. These are event functions. I don't really care about those. Attribute, maybe? All right, maybe I'll say p5.dom checkbox, maybe. Create checkbox, okay. Oh, wait, this dot, wait, what? Changed. So maybe it's just checked. It's a little goofy. Some weird JavaScript stuff where they're using the this dot in a weird way, whatever. But maybe it's just checked. False, okay, that's what I would expect based on it not being checked. And if I hit true, wait, how am I gonna do this? I'm not gonna be able to do this. Maybe I'll just do it here. Move this down to draw, I guess. It's gonna get gross, but this is all throwaway code. So I'm gonna get a bunch of falses, and I hope when I check this, it turns to true. And it does. And then back to false. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I can get whether my checkbox is checked using this handy function. So what I want to do, I want to maybe say const stamp image equals image. Just by default, it's the image. And then I want to say if my checkbox is checked, then my stamp image will be my random, my randomly created image or graphics. They're kind of interchangeable. And then what do I want to do? I want to use stamp image here. Yeah. Broken. What? Why? I'm sure I broke something. Oh well, doy. Okay, so this is what I would expect, I think. They're not randomized because this is not checked. And so if I check this, then they'll start being random. And that's cool. I like that. And that's just enough like interactivity that, I don't know, encourages the person viewing it to kind of mess with it. So I can turn it off. It goes back to not random. Okay, that's cool. I'm into that. So next, what I want to do is I could play with CSS a little bit. It's a little goofy, a little defaulty, but I think maybe I'll do something like I want to maybe play with the count of turkeys. So maybe I'll just create a p tag or something and give that an ID of like count. And then in my JavaScript, I can say like let count div count element and set that equal to count element equals select, same kind of deal. What did I call it? Just count. And then what can I do? My count element is an element, and when I draw an image, when I draw a turkey, I can update the text of that. So I can say like count element dot, is it just text? There's HTML. I think that would work, but is there like a text? If there's text, I'd rather use that. No, okay, it's just HTML. Whatever, HTML will work. I think it will anyway. HTML, and what will I say? I'll say like turkeys, and then I'll say like, for now, I'll say frame count. That might just work. Since I'm drawing one turkey every frame, the frame count is the number of turkeys. And I'd hope that that would kind of just go up over time. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't hate that. Now, one thing that I think I will play with is the format of that number. So right now you can see that it's just digits. There's no commas or anything. And if we're going to go all the way up to 46 million, I think adding that comma will be cool. So how do I do that in P5? I think there's like a format function or like a number format function or something like that. One of these will work. It's kind of, I don't love the names, but you kind of know that they exist and what they are before you can find them again. But I think it's number format. But I don't know if this will actually give me like the ability to add commas. It's more about like decimals, it looks like. Yeah, I don't see anything about adding commas, so I don't know if it's going to be one of these other NF functions, so NFC, NFP, NFS. I never remember what these are. I always have to look these up. Oh, this looks... Does C stand for comma? Yeah, I think it does, actually. That's cute. All right, cool. So what's it take? So it's just NFC. It takes a number, and then these are optional. Number just a right of decimal. I mean, that won't... I won't have any. Okay. So I think maybe it's just NFC. Seems suspiciously easy. And of course now we have to sit here and wait for it to reach 1,000, but whatever. Play with the randomness while we're here. All right, that works. Cool. Dang, this is getting pretty close to what I would consider like exactly what I wanted to do. I thought this would take me a lot longer, actually. So now, I mean, I think this is pretty good, like functionally. I think this does everything that I set out to do. So now we can play with I don't know, maybe presentation stuff, so display stuff. Normally I don't mess around with this on video, but whatever. So I think first of all I can definitely change the like styles of this. So man, that's annoying. What's the easiest way to do this? Maybe just scroll down. Yeah, whatever. Oh, this is gonna make my computer very upset. It's updating so fast. You can calm down maybe. Let's just say like frame count of 1. Because I don't actually need it updating so fast. I think my computer might catch on fire. Goodness. Yeah. Frame count, frame rate. All right, so my fans are a little quieter now. Let me go back here and do what? I want to change, I think maybe the font size, maybe the font itself. So I can be like, maybe font, let's choose font. I think there's, so I'm gonna just go like CSS font. And there's like web safe fonts or something. I think I'll probably just stick to that. There's another video that I made a little bit ago that talked about like really customizing your fonts, but I think I'm just going to stick with like a standard font today. And what are those called? Like web safe fonts or something like that? Yeah, so like these are safe. These will work no matter what. Well, they should anyway. And I'm just going to pick one of these and stick with it. So I think I want, well, it's kind of playful. That one is basically Comic Sans. Whatever. I kind of like Georgia. I think I'm going to go with Georgia. Okay. Is it elegant? Beautiful. Let's try it. Did you give me the CSS for this? No, you don't. Yeah, okay. I just want font family Georgia. I guess I should have remembered that, but I don't remember a dang thing. So what can I do? I can say like here, like font family Georgia. Does this need to be in? Oh, cool. So I think that's a little better. And so let me add that to my actual CSS and say, actually I can just do it here. I think I just want to change everything rather than worrying about like specific, like styling this and then this. I think I probably want them just to be the same style. That's annoying. Did that actually work? No, I'm suspicious. Yeah, it did. Maybe I'll say like font size equals, I don't know, 16 pixels maybe. Did that work? I don't think that worked. Let's just make it really big just to see. Now it is working, okay. Yeah, okay. And maybe I'll increase the size of this checkbox. I actually don't know how to do that. Let's look. Can I just do like width and height here? No. Oh, I might. No, it should work. Oh, it does. Okay, I just have to maybe specify both. So width and height, and that works. That's cute. Okay. So maybe I'll do that where this is maybe here. So like checkbox width 24 pixels, height 24 pixels, something like that. Hit run, see if it works. It does. The alignment's a little goofy. I don't love that. So these are this is diminishing returns probably. I don't don't really need to do this stuff, but this is a realistic view of what coding is. Sometimes you just kind of obsess over something. So what is this? This is a label that wraps some text and a checkbox. So can I do like align something, align items? I don't know if it's flex or not. No. So maybe I'll cheat. I'll go like like HTML checkbox align vertically, maybe. Oh, maybe I just want this. I might have to also do it on the label, so we'll see in a second, but I already have this style ready, so I'm just gonna try it. I think that worked. Cool. Although now it's kind of aligned with the top. Oh man, now we're getting into it. Super nitpicky. I think maybe I just won't care too much. I think it's fine. So let's just kind of take a step back and think about what this looks like. So I've got random, I've got my turkey count, and now it's going really slow because I changed my frame rate, but that's okay. So I've got my random and I've got my turkeys. Honestly, that's pretty close to fine. I could get into like, maybe I align, maybe I put the turkeys over here. It's easy enough to do, I think, so maybe I'll just do it. So I'll put that whole thing in a div. So now we've got a div that contains both my checkbox and my turkey count, and I don't think that'll change anything actually. Yeah, it doesn't. So what I want to do is maybe say ID equals controls, and then style that over in my CSS and say controls, and then what I want to do, I want to say display flex box. I never remember. And let's just look what this does. Maybe nothing. And then what I want like flex orientation, something like that. This is a window into how little HTML I actually remember. Oh, display flexbox was wrong to start with. I think it's just flex actually. Yeah. Oh, actually then that gets pretty dang close. Okay, so it's just flex, of course. And then so it's already horizontally laid out. And then what do I want? I want like space between or something, like space or align content space between. No. Align items. Is that something? Yeah, these are all just different flex properties, and I never remember which is which, but you just kind of have to play with it a little bit, honestly. I sort of thought that would work, actually. I don't know why it's not. I thought space between would do it. Why not? Oh, So I've got the div, I've got my label, and I've got my p tag. My div takes up the whole width, which is fine for now. Why does my space between not work? I wonder if it's this weird p tag thing. What if I make this a span? Will that change anything? And of course I didn't actually change that in the CSS, did I? Nope. No. Okay, whatever. Let's go over here, CSS flex, space between. Maybe. Yeah, this is what I'm going for, this kind of space between thing, where it'll just kind of add space in between things. Oh, it's justify content. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not align content, it's justify content, because of course it is. Yeah, alright, cool. So that's what I'm going for. It's the right sort of spacing. It's just that this this div is too wide, so I can fix all of that. So my display is flex, and my justify content is space between, and my width is, so this is kind of goofy. I know that in this case I want it to be 400 pixels because that's the size of my canvas. I could just hard code that, and that works. And that's pretty dang close to what I would, like what I set out to do. Do I want to be smarter about this? So like if I resize my canvas now, so if I make it, I don't know, 300 by 300, I will need to resize my div, which is kind of annoying. So I think since I've already done some of this stuff, by that I mean like using p5.js to manipulate the HTML on my page, I think I can maybe do the same thing and say controls. Okay, so I've got controls. So I'll say like const controls equals select controls, similar to what I'd already did. Controls, and what I want to do, I want to say like give it a CSS attribute of width and set that to the width of the canvas. Yeah. How do I do that? Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me. Go. If you want someone who knows how to do this stuff, you should watch someone else's videos. What am I talking about? Select, right? P5 element. Is there like a style or a class? Yeah, class. I just want style. I just want to style directly, honestly. So there's like a set style attribute or something. Style. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is what I want. I want style and then width and then width. Yeah. So we can say controls.style width to width. Oh, it's going to be width plus pix, probably. So now that should kind of automatically resize. And it does. All right, cool. Wait, no, now that's back to 400. So let me put that back to 300. And yeah, all right, that works. There's probably going to be a case where it gets too small, but I don't care. That's not my fault. All right, this is getting kind of tedious. I've got my canvas, and I've got my turkeys. I've got my random checkbox. Makes it like disco turkeys or something. And I've got my count. Do I want to do anything else? Maybe. What do I want to do? So, when I think about how I'm going to post this, I am probably going to what? I'm going to check out this this page, how to submit it. I think I just email them a picture. Okay, so that's easy enough. I can just right click and save, and that'll give me an image that I can send them. And so yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about that. But for the like presentation of the project itself, so when I post on Twitter, honestly, what link do I want to send people to? And I'll probably send them to a happy coding page, kind of similar to any of these. I think it's maybe not going to be in the P5 examples section. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on this. The other place that I might put it is in the gallery over here. These gallery pages tend to be a little bit more, I don't know, theatrical or something, where it's the examples are kind of like, here's some code, here's how you run it, go nuts. Whereas these are a little bit more convoluted, where I like type more and I say, I write a little speech about it or whatever, write a little blog entry. So I might go with that kind of thing. But so why I'm thinking about this is, does that change anything that I want to do here? So in the final presentation, so I think what I can do is, it's like a share button. I never remember where to find this stuff. It's share, yeah, here. So I can go like here. I can send people here. I don't love this P5 stuff. I think there's a way to do it like, oh, there's a presentation link. I think this changed recently, actually. Can I hack this a little bit? Can I say like present? Ooh, weird. You can't get rid of it. I think that changed recently. I don't love that. Just goes to full. I mean, maybe it's fine. Maybe I won't be too picky. I could also just copy this code over to just pure JavaScript page. I was pretty sure there was a way to like present it without this extra thing here. It's not full, it's something like that. So, all right, the way I can do this is I can look at an old example actually. Let's see. How did I do that? Let's say here. Oh yeah, this is weird. This is different. This has definitely changed. This did not used to be there. Yeah, you can tell because like these are annoying. Oh man, that's a surprisingly annoying change to make. I would kind of not expect that from P5. I usually love everything they do. I don't love this. Anyway, now I'm just complaining. So I might send people to this. I might just embed it. I think that's what I'll end up doing, honestly, because this is really annoying me. Yeah, so I think what I'll end up doing is embedding the whole thing as just kind of a code in an HTML page instead of going through the P5 editor. Unfortunate, but this is they're infringing on my artistic integrity here. Whatever. So yeah, I think all that being said, I think the answer is no. I think I won't change anything about how this is done. I think I'll worry about that once I start embedding it in my page. But for now, I think it's fine. I think that having this, having it like how it is fine. Another thing I might play with just real quick is, I think what I can do is like window width here, and like this should be like window height, maybe minus something, minus, I don't know, 100 or so, just to leave room for the checkbox and stuff. And so I'll run that here, and yeah, that's fine. And what's that look like if I share that? Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Again, I don't love that top screen. I really wish they had not added that, but other than that, maybe this is something like the page I would actually share. This is where I would actually send people. I might give these a margin while I'm here. We are well in the land of diminishing returns, I know. Oh, weird. Maybe padding instead. Yeah, probably padding will make make a little bit more sense. Oh, weird. So really what I want is like padding left and padding right. So what is it? Top, bottom, left, right. It's weird. It's not how I think that would work. Oh, it's because the width and the padding interact. Yeah. You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I think maybe instead what I'll do is say like, maybe I'll give this a left margin, and maybe I will. What's my turkeys div or span called? Just count. So maybe I'll give that a. Maybe give that a margin right. Maybe. Yeah, that's fine. It's another not just like touching the left and right. All right, we're well into me just nitpicking my own nonsense. So I think I'm going to call it. This is pretty dang close to what I set out to do, and I'm pretty happy with this. So I've got my turkeys, my sort of canvas of turkeys randomly filling the screen, and I've got my bit of interactivity to it, which hopefully encourages people to kind of participate in some small way, which hopefully gets them to think about the rest of it. I might add some text down here, maybe linking to the 46 Million Turkeys project or back to Happy Coding or something, but I can always just put that in the page that I end up embedding it in. So I'm not going to do that on camera because it's just more of the same of editing the HTML and then messing with it a little bit, which I don't think makes for a very exciting video, honestly. But I've got my turkeys filling up the screen and my randomness and my count. So some other things you could play with is, maybe you draw your own turkey. Like my turkey is beautiful and all, but I think there are probably other ways to draw a turkey, and you could draw your own image and then substitute your image in, and hopefully I think the rest would generally work. So maybe you draw your own pixelated turkey and use this code to draw random colored turkeys. Or maybe you go back to the 46 Million Turkeys project and start from scratch, and maybe you make your own turkey project. So that could be painting or drawing or whatever. If we're talking about P5 and coding, you could maybe draw a turkey using things like the circle function, the rectangle function, things like that, and then change it so that it's kind of procedurally generated. That's what a lot of the P5 examples on Happy Coding are. So if you go to P5 examples, some of these where we get into like drawing a random skull or drawing like a random pumpkin, you could do the same kind of thing where you're drawing a random turkey, and maybe every time you run the program, it draws a random turkey with maybe like random sized eyes and a random colored feathers, all that stuff. Instead of going from a input like pixel image like I am here, you can draw it with P5. That's another thing you could play with. But yeah, I encourage you to just kind of get creative with it because that's the fun part. So to wrap this up, I think I'll just kind of encourage you to check out 46 Million Turkeys. I'm not going to get too preachy in my vegetarianism here, but whether you're a vegetarian or not, I think that thinking about this kind of thing, like where our food comes from and what that means for animals and humans, I think that's always a good thing. So check this out no matter what your opinions going into it are, and just do your own research, whatever. It's a dumb way to say that, but so to maybe, I don't know, sort of finish this out, what I'll say is like, it looks like we're filling our screen up with a ton of turkeys, right? You would think that how the numbers compare, we would get to 46 million pretty quickly. We're drawing 60 turkeys a second, right? So how long will it take to fill the screen with 46 million turkeys? I actually don't know the number, but let's figure it out. So I'm drawing at 60 times a second. So actually, maybe let me start with 46 million. 46, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 46 million, right? And I'm going to divide that number by 60. Okay. This gets us the number of seconds it'll take. Then I'm going to divide that by 60. This is the number of minutes it'll take. Are you right? Yes. Yes. Then I'm going to divide that by 60. And wait, yeah, so wait, hold on. Now I'm confusing myself. This is frames, this is seconds, this is minutes, right? So this is hours. So I'm going to divide that by 24. And so we take our 46 million, we divide it by 60 because we're doing 60 frames a second. So this is, now I'm really confusing myself. Hold on, let me actually start over. It's really embarrassing. Let me start over. We're at 46 million. So how many seconds will it take? It'll take this many seconds because we are drawing 60 frames a second. So how many minutes will it take? Yeah, this was right. It'll take this many minutes, it'll take this many hours, and it'll take this many days. So it'll take 8 and 0.8. So basically 9 days. It'll take 9 days to fill the screen with enough turkeys to equal 1 day of how many turkeys we kill and eat on Thanksgiving, which is a huge number when you kind of think about each individual turkey as, you know, a real living, breathing creature, you know, an animal which is just as, I don't know, deserving of our empathy and of our thought as, you know, a cat or a dog or whatever. And all right, I know I'm being annoyingly preachy. I usually don't get that preachy, but I like this project so much because it encourages you to think about that kind of thing on your own terms. So, you know, whether that convinces you to do anything different, I don't really, you know, that's not my job. But I invite and encourage you to think about it. Or maybe just check out their Twitter and check out their cool art. So again, I love the fact that it's not just for fancy artists, it's for people of any sort of artistic perspective or artistic level. So some of them are like really beautiful, really amazing, like true art that is, you know, just super impressive just to look at. But a lot of it's also just stuff that like a kid has done, and I love that range, and I love that the whole point of it is to get you to participate. So whether that means drawing your own random colored turkey or getting out the colored pencils and drawing a turkey that way, you know, it's up to you. Anyway, all right, that was a lot of annoying talking, so I'm going to stop. But I'm pretty happy with this. I've got my random colored turkeys. I've got them filling the screen, and this will hopefully not break the way that Google broke everything else with the Google Play Store deprecating a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, all right, I'm done. If you've watched this far, thanks. And, you know, if you make your own turkey or your own anything, really, I'd love to see it. So either leave a comment down below, or even better, come to happycoding.io, come to the forum, and this is where I hang out. So I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to see what you're working on. So come here and don't be a stranger. Or if you have a question or anything like that, I'd love to hear from you. But for now, I think I'm done. I think we've drawn enough turkeys, and you are probably ready to go eat, maybe? Maybe it's macaroni and cheese. Maybe it's tofurkey. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. Have a great day, Thanksgiving, whenever you're watching this. And as always, of course, happy coding.